Today we are going to talk about Retsu Kaioh, who is the best waifu, husbando and tsundere at the same time. In fact, Retsu is such a good waifu that he can even beat Speedwagon in a waifu competition. Retsu Kaioh was born from a 4,000-year-old Chinese PP training experiment in China. After getting born, Retsu Kaioh was brought to the Bolin temple to learn the Chinese martial arts. From childhood, Retsu Kaioh was hyped about the Chinese martial arts. He put all of his efforts into it, and after years of learning the ancient Chinese martial arts, Retsu quickly became the best student at that time. While practicing his moves, Retsu once killed his own ally because he couldn't control his 4,000-year-old Chinese rage. But he didn't feel sorry for it, which is exactly what I would do. I mean, if I cut a guy's throat and he dies, he really deserves to die. Anyways, after killing his own ally, he was imprisoned in a cell. Then the day came when the test for Kaioh was going to be held. And guess what the requirement to be a Kaioh was? You have to punch this container, and if the water flows out of the container, congrats, you are a Kaioh. No wonder these characters became Kaioh as well. But nobody was able to pass this test, as there wasn't a single guy who had the 4,000-year-old blood flowing through his veins. Then Retsu comes to the spot after breaking the cell and killing these useless punching bags. Then he proves his strength by showing that his water wave was bigger than Ryu's wave. Then Retsu asks why he can't participate in the test to become a Kaioh, whereas these useless side characters could. So Ryu Kaioh takes Retsu to a cave where he shows that how a foreigner made this cave with just his body in a single night. And Retsu's skills were just not good enough to do the same thing. This shocked Retsu, as he couldn't believe that a foreigner could be so strong as well. Later Ryu Kaioh again calls Retsu and makes him a Kaioh because of this mysterious man about which Retsu had no idea. We also have no idea who this man was, apart from the fact that his name was Dorian. He was 204 centimeters tall and weighed around 130 kilos. Then Retsu Kaioh went to Japan to participate in the maximum tournament and prove that the ancient Chinese martial arts is the best martial arts, as he was the brand ambassador of the 4,000-year-old Chinese martial arts. His first fight was with Sergio Tectron.
I believe engaging you in battle will prove to be most stimulating.
And yeah, it was stimulating. In fact, it was so intense that Retsu's 4,000-year-old aura just froze his opponent in time. Then Retsu puts his ass on the fighter and uses the famous technique spinning ass and defeats his opponent. This move ended the match, and Retsu Kaioh proudly walked out of the arena. Then he fought Mount Toba, who made his entry like this. Retsu ends this match within 60 seconds by just making Toba land on his broken leg. Then he fought Katsumi Orochi, where he defeated Katsumi with just one punch. Yes, just a single punch. His next fight was with Baki. Before the fight starts, Baki tells Retsu Kaioh that he had learned the 4,000-year-old Chinese martial arts by just watching 3 matches and imagining a fighter like Retsu Kaioh. Power of imagination. After which Retsu Kaioh acted surprised for some reason. Maybe he thought that even 3 matches were a little too much for a Hanma, as Yujiro Hanma can learn a technique during the fight. But I mean, you really can't expect much from a 17-year-old kid, especially the ones who gets unconscious after getting fingered. But still Retsu tries to hide his emotions and break Baki's confidence.
You don't know Kung Fu. It takes more than a day to learn a 4,000-year-old art.
Sure, but guess what? What? I'm the main character. Plot armor activated. The match continues and Retsu just keeps fingering Baki on different parts of his body. After which the Hanma within Baki finally awakes and his demon bag starts farting, which fuels his power and increases his strength by 1000%. After which Baki puts his ass on Retsu's Chinese neck and uses Retsu's deadly move spinning ass on Retsu, which basically ended this match. And then this happens. so even 4000 years are not enough to handle the demon nightmare. Then Retsu is shown in Shinshin Kai dojo where he practices with Katsumi Orochi. It was then when Dorian Kaioh comes inside the dojo and does the typical Baki stuff. You know, cutting throat and almost killing Katsumi. Almost killing. Then Dorian shoots a pin at Retsu. Now Retsu could catch the pin or just avoid it or even just let it pierce him, and I seriously doubt it would affect him at all. And even if it did, he always had the option to recover by using some 4000-year-old Chinese ice. But I guess these ways are not as efficient as doing this. Pretty realistic. Later, when Retsu Kaioh was in a store for grocery shopping, he met Doyle, and obviously they decided to fight. But before fighting, they decided to go to a nearby bar. They started drinking, and it was then when Doyle spewed fire on Retsu. So Retsu Kaioh just calmly throws a knife at Doyle's eyes and turns him into a monkey for some time. Then he proceeds to calmly throw hundreds of blades at Doyle, which he usually carries with him everywhere he goes, along with this rope, huge knife and a stick. Pretty realistic. I wonder how much time Retsu-chan spends at an airport checking with all of these weapons. Then Retsu Kaioh continues to gently attack Doyle. When Retsu Kaioh was about to kill Doyle, Jack Hanma comes to Retsu and calms down his 4000-year-old Chinese rage. Then Jack Hanma warns Doyle and leaves. When Retsu woke up in the morning, he saw Doyle standing up and watching for him even after losing so much blood. So Retsu Kaioh binds him on his back and starts running towards the Shinshin Kai dojo. But on his way he finds a river. Now he had three options. Either he could go by road or jump from one end to another end, or he could swim. So he just started running on the water. Yeah, he created the fourth option. But finally Retsu Kaioh takes Doyle to the dojo where he makes some good food for Doyle like a good waifu. Retsu runs on water and heals the sick. So you can basically call him Chinese Jesus but on steroids. Maybe Jesus himself walked on the water by using the 2000-year-old Chinese technique. Doyle needed blood, so the students from the dojo donated their blood to save Doyle. When Doyle heard that the students donated their blood to save his life, he pays back by blasting the dojo. I mean, Doyle couldn't just run away, that would be harsh. My man Doyle is a true man of morals. I wouldn't be surprised if Doyle's neighbor bring him apples and he gives them grenades in return. Then sometimes later, he comes to know that Baki, his one of the best friends who was poisoned, couldn't recover by modern medicines. Then Retsu Kaioh kidnaps Baki calmly and takes him to China, as only China's long history could cure Baki. During the Raitai tournament, Retsu-chan makes food for Baki and then gives him some sugar water. The sugar water had been mixed with Retsu's hands, so there was 4000 years of Chinese love in the sugar water. After drinking this, Baki instantly gets recovered, as the 4000-year-old germs on Retsu's hands boosted his recovery speed by 4000%. Fun fact: Baki couldn't eat anymore in English, but the power of Chinese love made him want to eat more in Japanese.
Time for dessert. You kidding? I can't eat anymore.
I mean, I can't blame Baki. If I am full and Retsu Kaioh wants to serve me his Chinese love, I will be down to eat anything too, even a cardboard. After curing Baki, Retsu Kaioh fights with this punching bag who has an ability to break rings. Pretty good. So Retsu Kaioh bends his fingers, touches him in the back and makes him unconscious. Then he fights Japanese Vsauce, where he shows his 4000-year-old Chinese soul and uses every last bit of his Chinese ability. But Japanese Vsauce was Japanese, so you really can't expect him to die. And finally, he defeats Japanese Vsauce too. After Raitai tournament, he fights with Pickle. Retsu Kaioh used his 4000-year-old Chinese martial arts on Pickle, which did not affect him at all. On seeing this, Retsu Kaioh knew that he had to do something else to protect the name of the Kaioh. So he used used the 200 million year old technique, the windmill punch on Pickle. And yeah, it's just Retsu punching Pickle mindlessly. In the end, Pickle consumed Retsu. I mean, he literally ate Retsu's leg, which does make sense as Retsu-chan doesn't let anyone sleep hungry. After his fight with Pickle, Retsu started fighting with world-class champions, so basically the level 1 punching bags. Later, Retsu Kaioh fights with Musashi, where he fights Musashi incredibly well because Musashi Miyamoto was Japanese and Japanese warriors are the best. After losing this fight to Musashi Miyamoto, Retsu-chan lives a happy warrior life. Those people who think Retsu died, no, he just can't die because he is the product of 4000-year-old Chinese martial arts, and also he gives Dorian a lot of candies, like a mountain of candies. I also have a Discord server guys where we all can come up with even greater ideas, grow the Baki and overall anime community. Also through my Discord server you guys can chat with me and suggest me new ideas, or you can just talk about anime with other like-minded anime fans, and we can do a lot of other things on Discord server which we cannot do on YouTube. So if you are interested, you can join the Discord community by clicking the link in the description below. That's it for the video guys. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, then you can like the video and subscribe the channel. Also don't forget to turn on the notifications bell and join the Discord server. The link is in the description below.